Mohamed, any shows
Houston,
you went
we
to?
have a problem. I watched the NXT, Raw, the SmackDown in Houston, and I was in the building during the NXT TV tapings, but there was the Undertaker signing. Pete was at that one, and you couldn't just say. But I remember from the NXT tapings, Nakamura's song would play in the arena, in the small arena they set up, and you would see the whole convention center just starting to buzz. Like people were standing in lines at Axis. They would just, we were sitting actually, because we knew the Undertaker's still going to come out. We want to sit down, have this whole thing, and I would just, everyone would stand up and just try to see him, see what's, you gotta take a look at Nakamura because his thing, even that's how strong it was because he was there one night, but his theme music had become so iconic that once you hear that guitar of that din din din, Nakamura's here. Wait, I'll try to see him, and that was great. But I also saw the most realistic, gritty, technical wrestling promotion there is out there, Kaiju Big Battel. And I'm gonna just talk about this quickly for people who are not familiar. Pete.
Yeah, I'm scratching my head. What's he on about?
Yeah, Kaiju Big Battel. Kaiju is the term for Japanese monsters, or monsters like Godzilla, or
Mothra, Rodan.
So there is this company. It's also under the WWN umbrella. It's like Evolve, and they have this thing. They have this promotion called Kaiju Big Battel, where actual kaijus face each other's. Not known kaijus, not like Godzilla or Destroyer or something, but they have guys like there's a giant octopus. There's this guy called Kung Fu Chicken Soup who wears a soup whole thing. And there's robots. They have, and the ring itself, they set it up. They put a lot of tiny buildings in there, just add the ambience to it. That these guys are actual kaijus destroying each other in cities. And
I have yet to go to one yet. I've watched them on YouTube, but I have not yet gone to a.
It's an amazing
Kaiju in person.
It's an amazing atmosphere because unlike I usually hate it when wrestling has the wink to it that this is all fake or anything. But again, you're there to watch monsters battle it out, so this is a show.
They're usually at midnight too.
Yeah, it's at midnight. I thought it was going to be like at 2 hours. It was also right after NXT Takeover. Takeover ended at midnight. So I had to walk to that convention center, and they stayed until 3 a.m. I was like, you would see during the halftime show, there was this guy rapping and doing this thing, and then he said he had the first half I was standing on my feet the whole time. There's no seats, but then they had a halftime rest hour. I went and got some merch, found me a spot right there in the first row, sat there, not gonna move for the rest of the night. And I talked to someone about it the next day, and they were like, why didn't you just leave? And I'm like, I do not walk out on wrestling shows. I don't care what's gonna happen. I'm at the wrestling show. I'm at a wrestling show. I'm gonna see it till the end. That doesn't.
Yeah.
And anyway, this guy's rapping, and they said, "Well, I'm gonna do a freestyle. Everyone at ringside holds something up, and I'll freestyle about it." And I was like, I'm sitting there in the first row, so I'm not gonna hold anything up. So I'm just gonna sit here, try to sink into the seat. Hope he passes me by. But then again, I'm in this area where there's nobody occupying the seats next to me. So I kind of stick out there. And he walks in and he says something like, he raps it and he says, because this dude is not participating, that's okay, give me a fist bump. And I'm laughing, and he asked us to give him a fist bump. So I'm just sitting there and I'll go, there you go. And once he's done, I gave him a standing ovation, and he said, dude, you stood up. So I was like, wow, was it really clear that I was this out of it? Yeah. And they had a trio of guys called Unicorn Party, and you had to chant Unicorn Party to go. And that night they had Kota Ibushi. They even had a vignette of him coming in and talking, and there's supposedly an evil clone of him out there, and the Dr. Cube, the Cube guy, who's supposedly the main heel of them, was devising him. Anyway, Kota Ibushi comes out and wrestles everyone, and the commentary on these shows is not like regular commentary, Pete. It's a guy talking into a microphone, so he's like providing even the live commentary to the people in attendance, and he talks about it. Yeah, okay. It's a funny way. It's a very tongue-in-cheek thing. And he kept talking about like Kota should be tired. There's that jet lag thing, and Kota was still at NXT Takeover, if you remember, at the same time. He was in attendance, and then he got to this thing. And then he starts he's fighting with one of those Kaiju. They go under the ring and they replace the Kaiju with a dummy. So Kota does his freestyling thing. And while he's doing this, and again, everyone is in on this joke, even the fans. So we start a chant going, "This is wrestling." Great night. Ended at 3 a.m. I tried to walk back to the hotel, got lost. Ended up wandering into another tried to stop a trucker for directions, and he thought I was just some drunk guy. And so he kept going, and I went into another hotel, asked him for directions, and I got there. It's again, it's the only show I went to, but then again, I'm happy I did this show because I wanted to do it 2 years earlier. I could not, logistic wise, I didn't know how to get there and stuff. But this was my third WrestleMania, so, and you guys could attest to this. By the time you're at your third or fourth, you're like a veteran now. I can, I know how to get around. I know how to, and afterwards, this is where I evolved to become the most prepared guy, the most evolved, I know at WrestleManias. Sorry, no offense to anyone in this chat room, but I am the most, the most prepped guy for WrestleMania week that I know.
Absolutely.
Thank you for joining us on the Outlaw Macho Drive-In. If you like that video, please click like and subscribe to our channel for more content from the Drive-In. For full episodes of our podcast, you may look us up on Anchor, Spotify, or wherever your favorite podcasts are available. Just search for Outlaw Macho Drive-In. And if it's not too much trouble, would you help us out here? Spread the word, share. We would really appreciate it. Thank you. We love you. Bye.